Dark and darker.
No, I got one shot, dude! Bro, get the f out of here, man!
Yeah, I hate rogues just like everybody else. That's why today I'm going to be making my first ever Dark and Darker Diorama mock. Now, this has been a game I've been cripply addicted to for about, I don't know, 2 months now, and it is getting really bad. Pretty much every single day I wake up, this game just is so addicting and fun. Dark and Darker really scratches that itch that I've been wanting in a video game for a long time. Tarkov mixed with Dungeons and Dragons. You really can't get much better than that, and that's why I'm super addicted to it, and it's bad. It's really bad. Somebody get me out of this place. Thankfully, I was able to suppress the obsession for just a little bit so I could actually work on a project. I haven't been posting a whole ton in the last couple months, which is a little bit sad of me, but also it's nice to take a little bit of a break every once in a while. Some of my first ever YouTube videos were D&D projects that never really did anything or got a ton of views, but now with Dark and Darker, I can kind of itch that scratch that I have had in the past with D&D, and I used to play it a ton growing up in high school, so it's really cool to be able to play a game that is super similar to something I enjoyed in the past. All the materials that I'm using are super simple. We're using dollar store foam core, and we're going to be using some cardboard to make this diorama. Everything I do is pretty cheap and low maintenance, which makes it perfect for, you know, designing things as big scale as this without spending $50 to $100 on one little project. Making these things can get quite expensive sometimes if you're using some prime materials, so I try to keep it as cheap and reasonable as possible, but it's still going to look really good, which I'm excited for. Now we're going to be hitting everything with a coat of Mod Podge. Basically what Mod Podge is a glue that you can use to go over foam, which makes it really hard, almost like a plastic, which is perfect for doing things. I don't want any of the stuff I make to really be brittle and fragile. I want it to stay as hard and as strong as possible so I can move it around and not be worried about it getting hurt. The paint that I'm using is cheap apple barrel paint I get at Walmart. We're going to be starting with a simple coat of black, moving into a gray with a dark black wash later on to give it those nice grooves and textures with all the bricks and the cracks in the ground. In Dark and Darker, there's these really cool demon bats you find in the deeper, so I decided I was going to make a few of them hanging up on some crosses. So I sculpted some of them out of the same foam that I'm using for the diorama, and then I'm going to be applying some clay onto them to really make them have muscles, bulgy details like they do in the game. Adding a little bit of clay works perfectly for that 3D aspect, which is what I wanted for the diorama. Our heroes also have to go up against a very dangerous enemy, which is the Ghost King, a sheep that flies around across the streets, basically like a cheap Halloween costume, but I'm being honest, he's pretty deadly in game. So I wanted to make one super similar to the game, really have kind of that same look and style, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, which made me very happy. Now we're going to be placing all of the things we made onto the diorama itself, which is my favorite part of any project. It's kind of like the last act in a movie or a show, really putting everything together and figuring out the entire story of what you've been working on. I wanted this to look like a room that you would find in the game itself, so I went around and made sure all the little details were perfect. The doors, the chests, the pillars that the chests sit on, and even the demon bats as well. The whole idea of this diorama was to be maybe a room that you find in a different map of the game, which hopefully comes out soon. Now I'm placing down some people that were turned into stone, just like you see in the original deeper version of the game. I think that this is a really cool little touch to see other adventurers come and try to fight this monster but have failed and have turned into stone because of it. And now it's time to show off the adventurers. We have a barbarian that I sculpted out of clay as well. We have a ranger that is going to be backing him up, shooting at the Ghost King, and we also have a old wizard named Medonius that is going to be helping them out and hopefully not chain lightning everyone in the process. This diorama was really fun and so good. I'm super happy and pleased with it, and I hope you guys really like what you see as well. As always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and check out a bunch of other things that I have made on this channel. I've made over 600 videos, so we have a lot to look at. And if you've been a subscriber for a long time, make sure you leave a comment down below so I can talk to you a little bit. I know I haven't posted much, so my interaction's been a little bad lately, but it's super cool talking to you guys and seeing what you think of my projects too. Anyway, that's all from me today. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, evening, or night. Peace out.